NoFap isn't about pleasure, it's about power. It's about remembering what modern life made you forget. Today's man lives in a war zone of distraction, dopamine warfare designed to keep him weak. Every scroll, every click, every ad is engineered to hijack his biology. He's being drained not through violence, but through indulgence. The NoFap movement isn't a meme or a challenge. It's a rebellion. It's a generation of men waking up from digital hypnosis and realizing the system doesn't fear their pleasure, it fears their power. Because a man in control of his energy becomes unpredictable, unprogrammable, and unstoppable. We live in an era where pleasure has been weaponized. Dopamine, the ancient molecule that once drove men to hunt, build, and protect, is now manipulated to make them consume. The brain, once wired for conquest, now chases pixels. Each indulgence sends the same biological message. Mission accomplished. But there was no mission, no creation, no purpose, only emptiness. NoFap is the act of cutting that cord. It's the decision to no longer let synthetic pleasure define your rhythm. It's a return to your natural design, where your energy fuels creation, not consumption. The first stage of NoFap is chaos. Your mind rebels. Your body craves its chemical fix. You'll feel agitation, restlessness, even doubt. But that discomfort is not your enemy. It's withdrawal from weakness. Modern neuroscience now confirms what ancient yogis practiced. Every time you resist an urge, you rewire your brain's architecture. You strengthen your prefrontal cortex, the command center of focus and discipline, and weaken the primitive limbic system that screams for instant gratification. You start becoming the architect of your own mind, brick by brick, urge by urge. As days turn to weeks, transformation begins quietly. Your focus sharpens, your mood stabilizes. The fog that once clouded your thoughts begins to lift. You start noticing beauty in small things, again the texture of sunlight, the rhythm of breath, the power in silence. Your dopamine receptors begin to heal, making you sensitive to life's real rewards. Testosterone begins to rise and stabilize. Your energy feels heavier, your words carry weight, your eyes project certainty. People can't explain it, but they feel it. You are no longer leaking energy or radiating it. This isn't fantasy, it's biology. Every drop of retained energy nourishes your nervous system. Semen retention is not repression, it's transmutation. That same creative force that can give life can also build empires, write symphonies, and awaken genius. Ancient Indian texts called it ojas, the subtle essence of vitality and spiritual strength. Chinese Taoists named it Daijing, the seed of immortality. Modern science calls it neuroendocrine balance. When you retain, your hormonal system stabilizes, your neurotransmitters align, and your electromagnetic field grows stronger. This isn't superstition, it's energy mastery. And that's why the world mocks it. Because a man who controls his energy cannot be controlled. Society thrives on your weakness, on men seeking release instead of purpose. Porn is not entertainment, it's a psychological weapon. Every time you give in, your drive diminishes. But every time you resist, your power multiplies. You begin to experience what few men ever will: sovereignty. You're no longer reactive to pleasure, you're responsive to purpose. Pleasure used to own you, now you own it. That's when life bends to your will. Around 90 days, the shift becomes undeniable. Your energy no longer pulls you downward. It rises. You start thinking in longer timelines, speaking with more conviction, and moving with precision. Your handshake carries calm strength. Your gaze unsettles distraction. Your presence commands attention. People may call it aura or vibe, but it's coherence, the alignment of mind, body, and energy. You're not faking confidence, you're embodying it. This is real charisma born, not from performance, but from power stored within. NoFap isn't about denial, it's about remembrance. It's remembering that your sexual energy is sacred fuel, not a toy for distraction. Pleasure is momentary, but power endures. Every time you say no to lust, you say yes to evolution. You become part of a silent revolution of men who refuse to be programmed by impulse. The truth is simple. When you master your energy, you master your reality. No algorithm, no addiction, no distraction can touch a man who has reclaimed his essence. Because once you control your energy, there's nothing left in this world that can control you. The redirection of raw power, the modern phenomenon often labeled NoFap, is frequently misunderstood, particularly by the new generation facing unprecedented levels of digital distraction. It is often superficially discussed as a mere rejection of pleasure, but at its core, this practice is a potent exercise in self-mastery and the conscious redirection of raw, primal energy. For a generation immersed in instant gratification, the pursuit of NoFap serves as a radical countercultural move, establishing a necessary internal boundary that declares, "I am the master of my impulses, not their servant." This intentional discipline lays the essential foundation for true, sustainable personal power. The essence of this pursuit lies in the psychological principle of sublimation. Human energy, particularly that derived from intense biological drives, is not eliminated through restraint. Rather, it is conserved and amplified. When this energy is not immediately discharged through easy pleasure, It seeks alternative, more constructive channels. For the individual, this means the drive previously funneled into a fleeting digital escape is now available for focused, deliberate creation. This is the mechanism by which passive consumption is transformed into active production, immediately impacting areas like academic study, professional ambition, and skill acquisition. The feeling of power is not external domination, but the internal recognition of having a massive, redirected energy source at one's disposal. One of the most immediate and profound benefits is the dramatic increase in mental clarity and sustained focus. The endless chase for dopamine hits fragments the attention span, creating a state of chronic brain fog that plagues those accustomed to instant stimuli. By interrupting this cycle, the practitioner allows the brain to recalibrate, restoring the ability to engage in deep work. This renewed focus is the primary currency of the modern knowledge economy. To the new generation, the ability to sit with a complex problem for hours, undisturbed, and driven by an internal current, is an immense competitive advantage, translating directly into tangible success and personal achievement. Furthermore, the practice fundamentally reshapes the individual's inner confidence and presence. Most people operate from a state of external dependency, constantly seeking validation, approval, or connection to feel complete. The discipline required for NoFap forces the practitioner to become internally sourced. When a person knows they can manage and control their most powerful impulses, they gain an unshakable, quiet confidence that is not reliant on external praise or attention. This groundedness manifests socially as heightened presence, steady eye contact, and clear intentional communication, making the individual authentically attractive and commanding respect without needing to demand it. The long-term impact of this self-mastery is the establishment of a life of intentionality. Discipline in this one area ripples outwards, positively influencing all other habits. It empowers the individual to confront other forms of instant gratification, such as excessive spending, poor diet, or habitual procrastination. The ability to delay immediate comfort for a greater future reward becomes a practiced skill, turning a sporadic pursuit into a reliable, consistent lifestyle. This shift from reactionary living to proactive creation is the true measure of power. The power to architect one's own destiny, free from the tyranny of momentary urges. In conclusion, for the new generation, NoFap is less a moralistic choice and more a strategic weapon against the passive, fragmented nature of modern life. It is the ultimate commitment to personal accountability, leveraging the rawest form of human energy for the highest form of self-actualization. The power it provides is the ability to sustain intense focus, build unshakable confidence, and live a life driven by purpose rather than by impulse. By committing to this counterintuitive discipline, young men and women are not merely saying no to pleasure. They are saying a resounding yes to their most powerful and productive selves. Before we conclude, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to drop your location in the comments. I love to know where you are watching from. And if you ever have any questions, join our Telegram channel where we interact directly and help each other grow. The link is in the description.